happy Wednesday. Welcome to the news update. My name is Deborah Ezeh. Starting off, Uganda has struggled to access vaccines to reach a target of inoculating 22 million people as the world-rich nation continues to hold on to doses. Uganda was ravaged by a second wave of coronavirus infection in June, pushing hospitals to full capacity and forcing the country back into lockdown restrictions. The government is now using a multi-pronged approach to secure jabs, receiving donations through COVAX program, as well as purchasing vaccines from a number of sources. And moving on, Tunisia President Kais Saied has extended the suspension of parliament onto further notice. The presidency said in a statement a month after freezing it in a move that the opponent decried as a coup. He also extended an order lifting immunity for the country lawmakers. Saied issued a presidential decree extending the exceptional measures regarding the suspension of parliament and the lifting of parliamentary immunity of its MPs until further notice. And in more stories, in Chad, torture victim of former Chadian President Hissene Habre react to the dictator's death at 79 years old in Senegal, where he was serving a life sentence for crimes against humanity. Habre has succumbed to coronavirus according to Chad's consulate. The International Criminal Court had ordered Habre to pay up to 30,000 euros to each victim who suffered rape, detention and imprisonment during his rule, as well as to their relative. Now onto the western part, which is Nigeria. Major Datong, who was kidnapped in the early hours of Tuesday by armed bandits at the Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna, had been found dead. Blood-tested bandits had killed 2 military officers and kidnapped Datong when they attacked Nigeria's foremost military university on Tuesday. Still in Nigeria, Nigeria's Vice President Yemi Osibajo has disclosed that the country is forming a coalition with other affected countries in order to stop attempted moves to halt funding of fossil fuel. Mounting pressure towards zero emission has been drying up investments for fossil fuel-related projects, a development that will drastically affect oil-dependent economies like Nigeria. Osibajo, who equally believes in a better-managed petroleum industry through the legislation, said the gas initiative of the federal government includes a drive to encourage investment in gas production and optimize the nation's enormous gas potential. And in Algeria, after months of high tension between Algeria and Morocco, Algeria announced the cessation of diplomatic relations with Rabat. The Algerian government accuses the Moroccan kingdom of constantly carrying out hostile actions against Algeria, of waging war against the Algerian people and its leaders. The disagreements between the two countries over Western Sahara, the normalization of relations between Morocco and Israel, and recently in July, Morocco's call at the United Nations for the independence of the people of Kabylia in Algerian region, having taken toll on diplomatic ties of the two neighboring countries. Now to Asian Pacific, Russia's Ministry of Defense has organized the evacuation of more than 500 people from Afghanistan on the behalf of the Russian President Vladimir Putin. The 4 military transport aircrafts will airlift over 500 Russian citizens, as well as citizens of Collective Security Treaty Organization, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan and Ukraine. And moving on to Greece, where it is said it would end free testing for unvaccinated people to encourage them to get inoculated and head off any renewed spike in Delta variant infections of the coronavirus. Health authorities reported 4,608 new confirmed cases and 32 related deaths on Tuesday, with the daily tally of infections hitting a new record, surpassing 4,340 cases in March this year. Health authorities said that only 27 cases in Tuesday's infection tally were imported, meaning they were detected after checks at the border entry point. And in sports, Kylian Mbappe's contract at the Parc des Princes runs until the summer of 2022, and the France forward has so far refused to sign an extension to his current deal. The 22-year-old has been linked with a move to the Bernabeu throughout the summer. And also, Deontay will knock Fury out inside of 5 rounds. Trainer Malik Scott is predicting a ruthless victory for Deontay Wilder as he prepares the bronze bomber for a third WBC title fight against Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder would only need 5 rounds to gain brutal revenge over Tyson Fury, who has a very vulnerable fighting style, said the American's head trainer Malik Scott. Wilder has been made to wait longer for a third WBC heavyweight title fight, which was pushed back until October 9th after a COVID-19 outbreak in Fury's camp. And finally, Arsenal signed Aaron Ramsdale from Sheffield United in a deal worth €30 million. Goalkeeper could make his debut when the Gunners face West Brom in Carabao. Mikel Arteta was full of praise for Aaron Ramsdale following his arrival at Arsenal last week. The 23-year-old was described as an ideal signing who will quickly endear himself to the fans. And that's the news updates in AFRICUNIA TV. Do follow our social media platforms on Join Team and Pangram. Like, share, and leave a comment on the comment section. Once again, I'm Deborah Ezeh. Many thanks for watching.